Hi everyone, this is Miriam Wortel, author of the book Lessons in Law of Attraction. I felt very intuitively called to create a YouTube channel and podcast, basically so I can share a lot more than I already do in my book. My book is about my journey to learning what law of attraction is and how it changed my life. And for anyone who doesn't know what law of attraction is the concept that what we think, feel, and believe creates our reality. In other words, and just so you know, what I'm about to share will change your life once you understand this. Everything we experience in life is a mirror. We're always seeing a mirror of our vibration, of the energy that we're putting out. Whatever our predominant feelings are towards a specific subject matter and in general is what we are essentially calling to us. For example, if someone always feels nervous with regard to money, they're not going to be attracting prosperity, because them feeling nervous predominantly is going to attract circumstances likely where things are always kind of tight financially. Whereas someone who is very confident in business and feels good about themselves and what they do, like truly, not faking it, but truly, they're likely to manifest a lot of success in their business and obtain wealth. So everything in life is whatever we put out is whatever we get. And it's really, really important to be honest with ourselves about how we're feeling, because there's always these people that think they're being positive and they're busy telling everyone else, oh yeah, I'm thinking positively, and meanwhile their stomach's in knots. Be honest with yourself. It's okay to not be okay, and once you understand where you're at, you can then get yourself going to where you want to be. And it's really easy once you first identify where you are and then you say where I want to be. And then instead of trying to, I always make the comparison of like, sometimes you want to go from like despair to joy overnight, but you can't do that, right? It's kind of like if you tried to climb an entire flight of stairs just by lifting your leg. When you put your leg out, at most you can climb 3-4 steps at a time. It's a similar idea with this as far as your emotions and how quickly you can get to the next step. It's funny, just as I was saying that, my email went ding, and I always feel like when I hear that email come ding, like if I'm like recording something or talking to someone and a ding goes off, it's usually when I'm saying some like very important piece of information, like, yeah, focus. Okay. So what I was saying is that you can't just climb a whole staircase just by like stretching your leg out. You have to take steps. It's the same thing with your energy. And that was something that was probably one of my biggest struggles, is impatience, just kind of wanting to get to the end result so quickly. And so law of attraction is about having the faith that when you get yourself to the right energy, the right ideas are going to come, the right circumstances are going to come, and everything you want in life are going to happen when you get there. But God also knows how long it's going to take for you to get there, and He's preparing a lot of really good things while you're waiting. So don't be anxious on your way to getting to a better place. Just be happy to be able to take the next step. So my goal in life in general is to be basically a helper, a healer, and really most importantly, an uplifter. I went through a lot in my life. That's what led me to this information and writing this book. And me helping people gives meaning to that. I feel like that's why I went through so much, is so I could really understand and guide people. And there's so many people teaching law of attraction. Like, I don't even know how many videos on YouTube and podcasts and all these things. But a lot of people, it's all about how to manifest money and here, manifest a better relationship and do this and do that. And I feel like they're just kind of barking at people. I don't feel like anyone's really going through the journey with them and being honest and sincere and being real. the key to manifestation, it's not just creating these vision boards, which for anyone who doesn't know what a vision board is, it's basically where you take pictures of the things that you want in life, and then you basically focus on it, and by staring on it, like staring at there, it's supposed to help your subconscious mind to focus into being. I actually talk about this in my book. The key thing behind making a vision board, why it works, is because it helps you to make a decision on what you want and focuses your energy. And your focus energy, as long as you're not thinking beliefs against it, is what's going to help it manifest. It's not because of the vision board itself, it just helps you make decisions on what you want because you're deciding, hey, I want this, and you're putting it on your board. You know, real manifestation comes, like real positive manifestations come from learning to put yourself into a positive place, like really changing who you are, shifting who you are into a better, happier, more easygoing version of yourself. Confidence is key. Self-love is key. Feeling lighthearted is key. Being more relaxed, which was hard for me initially, I'm just learning it now, is key. Trusting the process, also something I had struggled with, is key. But when you understand and you see every time like attracts like, and you can track it really easily on the negatives, right? You know, okay, you know, I have all these bills coming in and I don't have it. If you say, like I'm saying, like someone says, okay, I don't have, you know, any money past what I'm paying for bills, and you're feeling anxious. Well, now you know how you manifest that circumstances because you're feeling anxious. But if you could change your beliefs and change your feelings and learn to feel a little more relaxed by focusing on even one positive aspect with regard to money, just enough that you could relax a little more, suddenly the ratio to your money and to your bills would change for the better. We're always getting a reflection, and this takes, for some, a lot of self-work, and for some people, as soon as they realize whatever they were thinking or feeling, they're able to change it overnight almost and have a really big shift and then a change in their experience. For everyone, it's different, and some of us have lived easier lives, some of us harder lives, and I think for everyone there's at least one subject area in life where we struggle more, and like, you know, the three main basic subjects that people talk about the most are obviously, you know, matters related to money, relationships, and also health. And literally you can change any single thing in your life. By the way, on the health category, that's something I also want to do, you know, a series of videos on. Every single condition is a reflection of inner emotions. So we can actually, by releasing certain emotions and changing how we feel, do a lot of healing. Louise Hay talks about this. For anyone who has not checked out Louise Hay's books, I highly recommend it. There's her main book, which is You Can Heal Your Life, which is phenomenal. And then also the other one I believe is called The Power Is Within You. And she also has a workbook, a You Can Heal Your Life workbook, that's really good as well. So I highly, highly recommend that for anyone who wants to learn more or learn the basics of that. She has a book also called Heal Your Body, which talks about this, but Heal Your Body is included in the back of the You Can Heal Your Life, You Can Change Your Life. Actually, one second, I'll go check the title. Yeah, the book is called You Can Heal Your Life. So that's something that I talk about in my book, Lessons in Law of Attraction. That was one of the books that really, really helped me immensely. That was my introduction to Law of Attraction. Even though she doesn't mention it explicitly under that name in her book, that's something that really just gave me the basics about you know, what we put out we attract, and the fact that even physical conditions can heal. And for whatever someone's going through in life, I just want them to know that there's hope. And there are so many people who I feel like they haven't necessarily lived the hardest lives, so yeah, maybe it is easy for them to manifest money and relationships and whatever else, you know, they may be. So my story is more about coming from a greater place of contrast, coming from a place of not always having the easier life and not always having the most optimal beliefs, and learning to come into that, because I feel like that's more relatable. Everyone struggles with something at some point in their life. Otherwise, life would be really boring. So it's actually about learning to embrace the struggles, embrace who we are, because they give us our character, but that doesn't mean we have to go and stay in that circumstance. So everything that I'm recording is for the purpose of giving people hope and healing. And I really, really hope that other people join me on my journey by creating their own. I'm saying like that we all take our journeys together. And I would recommend for anyone who hasn't ever journaled, grab a journal. There is no right or wrong way to do it. It doesn't have to be a fancy journal. Grab a composition notebook, a regular spiral notebook, whatever is inexpensive and easy to get hold of. Just write your thoughts down. Like, just observe yourself. Write that stuff down. And I'll do, I can do some recordings on journaling. But it's really important to just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just observe yourself. You know, just say, okay, I'm having issues with this topic and I'm feeling this thing. Just because the more you become aware of yourself, the more you know what to work on, what to change, and what to release. And that was how I got to where I'm at, is by doing that. So there's no right or wrong way. I said I will talk about that later, but make sure as you're listening to these recordings that you have something that you can jot down ideas or things that stick out to you or things that you want to work on, or if not, just make a note in your phone. Just something that you can get back to till you have a notebook or something handy that you can say, okay, well, what do I believe about this? How do I feel about this? You know, where do I want to be with regard to this? And you'll be able to start to guide yourself into the life that you want to live. Because one of the biggest lessons I've learned actually since writing my book is you can't work your way out of a negative emotion. You can only work your way into a positive one. Because if you try to fight the negative emotion, it only creates more momentum within that old feeling. It only stirs up the old thing. So it's not about how to escape the old, but get into the new thing that's positive. Get into the emotion that you want and create positive beliefs surrounding that. Because sometimes we battle our thoughts and we just get ourselves really, really exhausted. That was probably one of the toughest things that I've gone through, is trying to feel like I had to figure everything out and battle my own thoughts and change all my old beliefs, as opposed to just saying, here's a belief that's not serving me. I don't think I need to think about that or believe that anymore, and I can choose to believe this instead. It's a lot easier to, like, there are things we will have to work on. There is a time to dig and go deep, but it's more so about finding new beliefs that are aligned with our desires and using that to guide us to where we want to be. So thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to recording more.